Welcome to this great adventure of two sisters.
Absolutely not. Hey guys, welcome to the Regina Kids podcast. I am your host, Maxie.
With her lovely younger sister, Rita the Ham.
And here on the podcast, as you can see, sibling relationships can be loving and sometimes a bit
dramatic.
Affect me, please. Complicated. So join us every week as we explore all aspects of having a sibling.
Come be our sibling.
Yeah, exactly. Welcome. This
Family.
is another episode of Regina's Kids podcast.
Oh, yeah.
I'm your host, Maxie, and this is my sibling.
Rita.
Really?
I felt like giving him a little jig.
Only if you guys watch our YouTube are you gonna be able to see her do this little jig. But anywho, summer is in full swing, guys. Rita, what are you doing this summer to have fun?
Well, you know, when the summer comes, it's always Leo season.
There's a whole lot of other zodiac signs that comes before Leo, but
that's the one that matters. This summer, honestly, I'm just trying to chillax, get some sun. You know, the usual.
The usual.
You know, it's a lot of exciting things. It's just not so much. I'm not really too much worried about the summer because it's just a lot of just fun things that's coming. Like we got our cousin 50th party coming that is always lit. Then one of my really good friends is getting married, so I'm excited about that. And then in the fall, my sister coming down to the dirty. We
That's
gonna
like
kick it
late,
all week.
That's like late in the year. So
I said the fall.
We'll definitely be doing
Then and it's my best friend's, my bestie. It's her birthday too, so we about to it's a good year. It's gonna be a good year.
Yeah, there'll be a lot of interesting things to talk about.
I mean, other than you with your books that keep on booking, you know what I mean? What else is you doing this summer?
That's it, really. Trying
Your
to
plans is my plans.
I'm really trying to work this summer. I'm really planning on taking more vacations next year.
Oh yeah.
So this is like my work year this year. You know, they say if you really want to see something happen in your life, like take 6 months and put in the work. So
Oh yeah.
This year I'm taking the 6 months and putting in the work. As far as the book, I have what I want to call a healing box that I want to release to go along with my book. So that's a good thing. So
listen, she ain't even finna sit here and try to overshadow this healing box. If you ain't got you a healing box, baby, you missing it, okay? It's all types of
they're not
goodies.
available yet, so that's why they ain't got
Well, you need to get you one because I done seen, and the healing box is healing, okay? It's giving what it's supposed to give. It's gonna get you all the way right. And anybody that, well, as y'all, get to know us better and stuff like that, this sister right here is a perfectionist here. The box is perfection.
I strive for perfection, even though that's really not a thing.
And then be nervous as hell.
I'm stepping out of my comfort zone. That's what makes this episode quite interesting. Models, influencers, and thirst traps. So, in this day and age,
Ain't nothing wrong with a little thirst trappy.
we are like social media heavy, like podcasts, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, like social
There's
media,
money to be made.
right? But it's, people are definitely out here putting out their highlight reels, and it's been like an influx of, models of all shapes and sizes,
Mhm.
influencers, promoting all types of stuff. And then we have thirst traps all over the world. Like, if y'all ain't been on TikTok, TikTok has, I don't know where all of these fine men came from, but they all on TikTok. Just FYI for all you single ladies, just get on TikTok. You could just scroll one time. It's all shapes, sizes, heights, weights, colors, everything is on TikTok.
You can
But
you can most definitely find your flavor. You know what I mean? Yes.
but
To-
with that being said, my sibling over here a few years back was embarking on her modeling career. Not only was she a makeup artist, a hairstylist, trying to become a nail tech, she was trying to dip her feet in the model pond. So we are going to hear a little bit about her journey as want to become a model. Um, we just have a couple little banters because I was like pegged her like stylist and photographer and background director. I was creating all kinds of scenes and stuff, and
yes.
I know one of one of her shoots that she didn't like was us being outside in the snow. But hey, it was wintertime where I'm at.
Rose to
She lives in Florida, so it's like you come home to visit, you might as well take some pictures in the snow.
listen. When they say at first I thought it was bullshit, right? When they said no, when you go to Florida and you live there a while, you come back, your blood thin out, you gonna be cold. That is so true. That is so true. Listen, no, it is freezing. It is cold. It literally
Definitely
only
an
gets cold down
exaggeration,
there.
but
It literally only gets cold down in Florida, maybe about 2 weeks out the year. Usually it's sometime in January. And that's it. Other than that, it don't get below 70. It be 80 degrees at 4 o'clock in the morning some days, especially like around this time of year. Anyway, but coming back home, I'm like thinking that same 50 degrees that I was used to before I left, that hit different. Mm-mm. I be cold.
well, Illinois, the weather is a little bipolar. Some days it's hot, some days it's cold, some days it's snowing, it's raining. You might get rain, snow, and hail all in the same day, depending on where you're at. It's just
True.
what we deal with here. But hey, she should be used to it. She lived majority of her life here. She ain't been in Florida that long.
Once you leave, it's different.
Whatever.
No, ma'am.
So, Rita, what I remember growing up, I think you had to be in junior high school. You had started wearing eyeliner and lip gloss and what have you.
Thought I
And I
was
remember,
tough.
I remember one year you got mad at mama because you wanted to go to Sears and take 100 pictures
It was
just
a
because.
deal. Okay. And I'm probably showing my age. I don't care. But you could go to, and it wasn't serious, it was Kmart, I think. You could go to Kmart and get 100 pictures for $10.
This was back when they had portrait studios inside, like shopping stores.
Like,
So
what? And y'all don't want me to go be great? Like, I was so mad.
she was really upset about not being able to go take these 100 pictures, like
I was.
100 pictures of herself. But so that might have started your your idea that you should be a model. But as you got older and social media blew up and this and that and whatever, um, what have you? What? Why did you want to be a model?
Honestly, I never wanted to be a model. Like that's just something I honestly just kind of fell into and fell out of real quick because the mind you, I know that I most definitely could have made it in the industry, but it just has to be something that you're passionate about and that you're really, really into. Like for me, it's jumped off, I believe it started really getting heavy after um a picture of mine was featured when Kaora Cosmetics featured one of my pictures. And then that kind of really got stuff going from there. Um trying to remember, it was with the K where I had on her black lipstick, which is still like one of my I love a good black lipstick. Like it's just I just think it's just dope. I was when she really pioneered the multicolor, lip color and all that other stuff or whatever, and I was just like, oh yeah, I need all the colors. I loved it. I had yellow, green, like all of them. The ombre lip. Listen, you will always catch me with an ombre lip. If you don't know what it is, go Google it. Um, so that really what got me into it, and I started getting a lot of momentum, and and it just went off from there. And then too, around that time, I was offered the opportunity to be in a plus size pageant. That was a whole sometimes people are just not organized or whatever. Um so that was exciting, and then it just went from there.
Okay, so what? So with the you said you got in and got out real quick. So what did you do actually?
You said what?
What all did you do since you got in
I
real
ended
quick and
up
got out?
I think the highest point um with it was being on the Steve Harvey show. Um with and I still love her to this. She is such a wonderful. If you ever can go follow Lyrist Cross. She is a dope human being with her legacy work that she's done as a plus size model and just her in general as a person. You know what I mean? Like I think a lot of people think like, oh, I see that. That's easy. You see monkey is like a monkey see, monkey do kind of world. Like you think just because this person do it that you'll be able to honestly hang in there. It's that industry is killed or be killed, honestly. And it's
Hmm.
even worse for plus size women because your plus size is not industry plus size.
What is do you think they consider industry plus size? What is
Industry
that?
plus size is 12 to 14. And saying
Hmm.
14 is even reaching.
Hmm. But I've recently seen a lot of models that are a size 14 that are not a skinny 14.
Mm-mm. And that's why I said a 14 is reaching. They still have the standards of, you being a certain height and all of that other stuff as well.
Hmm.
But it is a major, but don't get me wrong, like times have changed and there is an abundance of, what I'm saying, different type of um new stores and clothes and all of that for 14 and above.
Hmm.
So don't get me
Hmm.
wrong, it is a market for it, but you just have to decide if you're gonna go into what we call the actual modeling industry, being an actual catalog model, um, and all of that, runway, what have you. It's completely different compared to just being you know, an influencer?
Well, I know for me, being that I was taking a lot of your pictures and stuff like that, I used to always ask you, like, what is your end game? Like, what are you trying to do? Are you trying to be like a catalog model, a hand model, foot model, a real plus size model, a runway model? Like, what? Because I know she just enjoyed taking pictures, and I'm just like, I'm not going to be just taking pictures of you every couple months, like, or every couple weeks. Because
Right.
I know, like, for me, I've always worked in the background. I was never one to try to be like all out front because I am not a model. I am not an influencer. I definitely am not a motivational speaker. I just try to put positivity things out into the world.
For the people in the
Um,
podcast world, I'm rolling my eyes at her.
Whatever, but I'm not. Um, I know for me, social media was like I'm basically like social media was whack for me. Like if I never put out a book, I probably never would have been on social media like that
Right.
because, in the world of marketing and promo, you basically have to use it for what it's for. But
Hmm.
I was really trying to stay out of any of that. As
Yeah.
far as social media goes, I was trying to, find me a representative to go sell my book, but it was like, no, I kind of got pushed into the forefront of like, you got to make content. And
Yeah.
I'm gonna just say, like, shout out to all the influencers and the people who make wonderful content because that shit is not for the weak.
It's not.
Um, I remember before I released my second book, I did a 41 days to 41, which means I had to post content every single day for 41 days straight to my 41st birthday. And I was just like, this shit is for the fucking birds. Like, I don't see how, like, for the people who do it full time, like I understand, like even with being a producer of certain shows and having to help them get promotion out there. For people who do this influencing thing and have to build different content and have to create different stuff on a daily basis to keep people interested, and I can see why people be upset about their likes and all of that stuff because that shit is not for the weak. Trying
Hmm.
to create reels and take pictures and find something else to do with your hair, make sure you got on makeup and um, absolutely not. It
Not
is not
only
for
just
me.
that, it's just the background of it is like, especially with like if you're on the Instagram or even a TikTok, is really getting the understanding of your algorithm as well. Like I don't think a lot of people understand that purpose of it, because especially with being like plus size influencers, you get a lot of creeps that will just start following you and liking, you know what I'm saying, liking you and stuff like that. And that actually messes up your algorithm of who your target audience that you're trying to get it to. Because if you're a brand ambassador for someone, it's a certain target audience that you're trying to get it to. You're trying to get it to more women that looks like you, that will buy these clothes and things like that and use your code and all of that. But if majority of your followers are is nothing but men, you're not going to get, you know, the you're not going to get that turnaround that you're looking for to monopolize on the other side of the business.
So, have you ever received, being that you were like trying to, well, you were doing like the modeling stuff and that you were in the plus size community of the models, have you ever received any hate from any of your posts or pictures or anything like that? Because I do hear a lot of horror stories with like, plus size girls posting pictures or videos and people trying to talk negatively about them
Yeah,
based.
I think with anything that you do, you're gonna have people that like it, you're gonna have people that don't like it. You know, the thing is that like, listen, like, as the famous as Cat Williams say, if you gotta have the mindset of, if you only got 14 haters by the summer, you want to make sure you get 17. You know what I'm saying? You just have to keep pushing through it. Everybody has opinions just like they have assholes. It is
This is
what it is.
true. Have you
So
ever
like,
had anybody attack you on one of your photos before?
yeah, you because you know what I'm saying. The thing is, they're like, oh, you need to put more clothes on, or this, and that, and the third, or whatever, and this, and or they try to say like, oh, because you're a certain size, you're unhealthy, and that is clearly not the case. Like there are young people that's walking around here that look like with a six pack that got heart disease.
This
Just
is
because you
true.
small does not mean that you are healthy. Mind your goddamn business. Mind the business that pays you. But you got to be with being on social media, you open yourself up to that world of people having opinions. You
This
just
is
have to
true.
completely not care.
And I hear that when people say, "Oh, you gotta completely not care," but people are human. People care.
Yeah, of course. I mean,
You're gonna care. So what
you
would
you
be?
don't you may care, but you have to understand before you get into that lane. Ask around, do your research, make sure that you can be you're mentally prepared for what all of that comes with it, because it can be a lot. You can have someone that has they sitting at their computer ready
Hmm.
to sit up here wait for you to make a post so they probably got their notifications on.
So, have you ever sent out a thirst trap
I mean,
or
to some
posted
it
a
may be a
thirst trap?
thirst trap, but to me it's just I like not having clothes on.
So it wasn't done because you know I think that the how can I put this? I think that the thought around people wanting to become models or
Yeah.
influencers or whatever is because they are like seeking attention. So
See,
when you
that
put
is
that,
completely not true. That's completely not true. But there are people that do purposely put out thirst traps. But that's not completely true. If a girl is in the influence industry, they're posting for a purpose. You know what I'm saying? Like if you gonna have your ass out there, make sure you posting for a purpose. But there are people who just post just to be posting, and I mean that's for them. If you want that attention, just understand what you're gonna get when after you post that.
so you never put a picture out there just so you can get attention.
No,
Hmm. Just asking.
you
Thought
said
you
what?
might be. I'm just asking. Thought maybe you might be thirst trap shorty or something. I don't know.
No, I think the most honest revealing picture that I've ever posted was for my birthday a couple years ago. But I wasn't posting that to get attention. I was posting that because I was in Florida. It was hot. I looked damn good, and I wanted to post that picture.
True.
And
Why?
also, see, post with a purpose. I was promoting two boutiques at that time as well.
Okay. So, in your modeling career, you've been on Steve Harvey, you met Liz Cross, um, you
That
had
by itself
some.
just I think that was a turning point for me, just seeing that whole process. Everything on TV is fake. And
What?
that's just how I feel.
Okay. You don't want to dig deeper into
I
that?
mean,
Like, did you just gonna make that statement and just throw it out there and like be quiet? Like, what are you talking about?
so I mean, don't get me wrong, like just even going through that process or whatever, but everything, just when you think about things that happen on shows and stuff like that, everything that's on that show is done with a point and with a purpose. So like when I got called in to do it or whatever, there was like there's promoting this like boot camp or whatever for modeling and all of that. And I was like, oh, this is gonna be dope. I can meet lyrics, I can ask her some questions and learn and all this other stuff. I didn't know that it was for like an actual episode. You know what I mean? So we in there, they filming, and then it was like, oh, you're so they ask you different type of questions. Like it was a whole questionnaire that you go through, and they do this questionnaire so that they can be able to pull the type of characters that they want to show on that episode. So for me, since I was divorced, I was supposed to be the misheveled, uh recently divorced woman who's trying to get her groove back, and I'm depressed and I'm divorced and all of this, right? And so in the portions of the boot camp, I was completely edited out because I couldn't fake depression and cry and be like, oh, I'm so this and that, and I'm like, yeah, that was just like, ooh, she horrible. Mm-mm. Like, mm-mm. She horrible.
So, do you think you have to have a certain level of confidence to be a model? Or,
You
because
honestly
lately, because,
with being a model in in the actual, yes, you most definitely, you need to have an A1 support system, one, and you need to have a way to be able to, once you're done, go somewhere and find your peace. Because just getting into that industry, you're gonna hear a whole lot of no's. You're gonna hear a lot of people tearing you down. You're gonna hear a lot of people telling you what you're not and what you should be. And they will completely try to erase your full character.
yeah, because I've seen a lot lately people talking about imposter syndrome, meaning that they show up super confident um, on social media or in their pictures or just in when people see them, but in real life they are not. Like they still have self-esteem issues. They have issues with how they look and this and that and that and this. So I was just wondering. I mean, like I said, more power to all the models, influencers, hell, even the thirst trap queens that can actually get out here and motivate people and make that happen for them. I'm just, you know, I
Just don't
mean,
get caught
I
up in
might give a
social.
little face on Instagram with a
Yeah,
slight picture or something. I might could do a little razzle dazzle, but definitely not in
a little,
you know,
a little razzle dazzle. Okay.
a little razzle dazzle. That's I could throw a little razzle dazzle out there, but I'm really strictly there to promote my businesses and push these books. Again, I am a two-time self-published author. I have two books. One is a daily affirmation book with a journal in the back, and that is All My Broken Crayons Still Color. The other one is a book about the 5 stages of grief and how to start your process of healing, which is Love You More. Grieving isn't easy and healing hurts. Both could be found on Amazon. I will leave the link um, in the cliff notes of the podcast, but you could type in the titles of the book, or you could just type my name, which is Maxie, MAXI, middle initial capital E, last name NORMAN Norman, and those books will come up if there are of any interest to you. That's what I use my social media for, and to push out positivity. You know, um, I call my followers dreamers. I believe that
Hello,
everybody should.
dreamers.
I believe that everybody should continue to follow their dreams and push forward in life in whatever it is that you may want to do. Basically, because I know that um, as children, a lot of us had big dreams of stuff that we wanted to do and where we wanted to be. And then life happens and, you kind of get deterred from that. So whenever you can, sit by yourself and journal or, write down your goals in life, you might want to revisit some of the things that, you didn't think was possible then? Because I know for me, even speaking about like the hair business and stuff like that, when I was braiding hair, that was it. Like you go work in a shop or that was it. But to now see that industry just blossom into what it is now, being a $1 billion industry where you can create your own products, you can create wigs, hairstyles, hair, like
It's
it's
dope.
amazing to see. And just as far as like even with social media. Like now you can use your iPhone, get professional pictures and post pictures and then somebody might recognize you or, think that you cute and want think that, your individual look can sell their product. So it's a whole lot of things going on now in the world that wasn't going on before that could just, elevate you as a person and push you into that brand. So we want to hear all about it. So if you got ideas or comments, questions, whatever, or you just want to say, hey, back in the day I used to want to, twirl paper around, and now twirling paper around is a wonderful thing. Just let us know. Hit us with a sib note at Virginia Kids Podcast at gmail.com. So with that being said, Rita,
Yeah.
models, influencers, and thirst traps. What is your sib note for the week?
Be authentic to yourself.
Definitely.
Yeah. Because I mean the industry, getting into that industry, it can change you. So just don't forget who you are at the core and do what I'm saying? Go out for your dreams.
Be authentic to yourself. No one can do you better than you do you. So, with that being said, thank you guys again for joining the Virginia Kids Podcast. And as always, continue to glow through whatever it is you going through.
Bye guys.